the women in this country who say that they are against feminism, how about you pack up your stuff and go to Afghanistan? Seriously, that place will feel like a euphoria to you because there, feminism has been completely shut down. And there, animals have more rights than women. You will love it there. You'll absolutely love it. And here's the thing. All of you so-called anti-feminism women aren't actually anti-feminism because you are enjoying so many things that feminism fought for, including your right to just speak in public, just to speak. And I don't think you realize that all the rights that you have right now and are taking for granted can be stripped away tomorrow, literally tomorrow. I know most people look at countries like Afghanistan and all those other Islamic countries and think, oh no, it's always been this way. It's completely normal. But that's completely false, guys. 50 years ago, Afghanistan women were just like us. They were just as liberal as us. In fact, 50 years ago, they were like one of the most liberal countries. In the 1970s, the women in Afghanistan enjoyed significant freedoms, including access to education, employment. They could participate in public life. They were even dressed in like urban, westernized fashion. What they used to wear. They were just like us. So how did they go from this to this? This being no right to education, no right to employment, no right to show their faces in public, no right to be in public without a male chaperone, no right to look at men that they aren't related to, no right to go to public establishments like parks and gyms, no right to speak in public. They can't be heard in public. How did this happen, guys? Their rights were chipped away slowly. In the 1990s, literally, guys, just 33 years ago, during the rise of the Taliban, that's when all of this nonsense started. Women were banned from attending schools or universities. Women were banned from working outside of the home. Women were banned from appearing in public without a burqa. Women were banned from accessing health care provided by male doctors. Then we get to 2001. Women somehow regained some rights, guys. Girls returned to school. Women re-entered the workforce. Women even participated in politics. It was great, but this was only limited to urban areas. In rural areas, it was still so strict against women. Some girls could not even go to school in rural areas. And then August 2021, where the Taliban regained control of Afghanistan, universities were segregated by gender and women were faced with restrictions on their field of studies. And then in March 2022, guys, secondary schools for girls will close. In May 2022, a strict dress code was mandated, requiring women to wear a hijab and cover their faces in public at all times. In December 2022, women were banned for working for NGOs and international organizations. And then we get to 2023. Women were banned from parks and gyms, and female journalists and TV presenters were required to cover their faces on air. And then, we get to 2024, where women was just banned from everything altogether. Firstly, women were banned from attending universities altogether. The only access a woman or a female could have is up until grade 6. After that, they don't have any access to education whatsoever. Restrictions on women's movement were intensified, requiring a male guardian to travel anywhere. They can't even get in a taxi without a male guardian. Many female professionals, including doctors and teachers, were forced out of their jobs. Women aren't allowed to even have a job or even start a business in Afghanistan anymore.
They have literally erased women. There is nothing left except that the next ethic might be that women should not breathe. Because women cannot get out of their homes, cannot go to the offices. This morning, one of my family members who live in Afghanistan texted me and said, I never asked you to help me leave the country because I was working. And I thought, as long as I can work, I can live here. But now I cannot work, so I'm at home. It is not even about my security situation. It's about my dreams that are shattered. Can you help me get out of the country?
And even worse, like I mentioned before, they're banned from speaking in public. They do not have the right to be heard in public because their voices were deemed too intimate. Afghan women are also not allowed to look directly at a man they're not related to by blood. There was one woman who had only 1 year left of her law degree and she could not finish it because of these sudden bans that were put on Afghanistan women. So for all of you women, especially South African, for all of you South African women who think feminism isn't necessary, remember this: the right you take for granted today can be stripped away tomorrow. Guys, the situation in Afghanistan is a stark reminder of how quickly freedoms can be lost. Feminism isn't just a movement. It's not just for fun so we can take pictures with our booty shorts on. It's not just that so we can wear bikinis when we go to the beach or to the pool. No, guys, it's a literal lifeline for countless women around the world. So let's not wait until our rights are under threat to realize their value. Because there are women out there in the world that wish that they can go on TikTok and record a video of themselves speak.
Although I am not a feminist, I will never, ever be a feminist. I do not disagree with her point of view. I wholeheartedly agree with all the points that she has put out. They're all valid, they're all correct. I believe in womanhood and allowing women to have a voice. And it's bigger than feminism. It's you as a woman embodying yourself to be allowed to be a woman without any movement, without any restriction, without anything. You are a human being, and no one is allowed to restrict anyone. Okay? Men do not even have those type of things to say, let's fight for men's whatever. They don't. It's because we've given too much space to men that they have become so comfortable in doing the things that they are doing to us. So the movement is bigger than feminism. And also, I cannot go to Afghanistan because, well, peep, 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 peep. Okay? I'm a different woman. I'm an African woman. Okay? Let's not forget racism. I feel like every time we like this inclusion talk and then we talk about the oppression of all women, we forgot that women that look like me have even been suppressed, you know, on a fundamental or on a foundational level. Women like me have always been subjected to that the battle of subjugation. You don't even have to go to you don't even have to go there. Just go to Congo. The people who talk about Congo usually are women on the outside. I don't see myself as a feminist for political reasons. I see that movement as a movement that was began. The origin of it was began by a man. And then other women from other communities started taking feminism and then embodying it. Me, I will never be a feminist. Okay? I will, although I'm not against it, for those who subscribe themselves to feminism movement and stuff like that, it's your choice. But I do not restrict the voice of women to feminism. I would rather put the voice of women that's really beyond any movement. And we shouldn't hold that to just this limitation and just say, this is where it ends. Without it, you're gone. Finite. No, I can't go to Afghanistan. I'm not an Afghanistan woman. I'll never be. I'm an African woman. And I'll be one. I'm black and I'm proud and I'm South African. What will I do there? But initially, I get the point and the message that comes with it, which is very valid. It is very valid to not take the rights of women. Though in the first place, it's like saying men rise. Ridiculous. What a world that we live in. You see what patriarchy has done to our system? Literally just weird. Just weird things that are going on, you know? Just weird. And the only reason they cannot subject us to that level, which they did in the past, in the apartheid system, they did do it to black women. But they couldn't subject us to that level because they needed us to work as maids and take care of the toilets. So it's really an interesting thing to look at. But I get the point and I get the message. And I stand with the message regardless of my beliefs.